Hi everyone, it's Hester here from Birkbeck's Access and Engagement Department. Today I'm going to talk to you about online learning, what that means and what it looks like. So due to COVID-19, a lot of universities are now doing more online learning. We don't know how long this is going to go on for, and even when we do return to normal, it's likely that a lot of universities will continue to mix online with face-to-face elements. When thinking about taking the step into higher education, it can be really daunting if you don't know what the classroom is going to look like or the teaching style is going to be. So this video aims to talk you through some of the different terms you might hear when looking at university courses this year, as well as talking about how some of the teaching works in an online setting. So first, what is the difference between blended learning, distance learning, and face-to-face? These are all terms you might hear when looking at different universities and courses. Blended learning is when your course is taught in a mixture of both face-to-face and online. Distance learning is when the course is taught fully online, and face-to-face is where a course is taught completely in person. Some people prefer face-to-face because they like coming into a classroom to meet their tutors and to meet other students. Others prefer distance because it allows them more flexibility, and it means they can study courses at universities which are far away from where they live. Blended could also be a good option because it offers the opportunity to meet students and tutors face-to-face, but to come onto campus less often, as there's a mixture of online teaching and opportunities to come in to be taught in a classroom. At the moment, a lot of courses are being taught online due to COVID-19. But it's still important to think about whether distance, blended, or face-to-face is the best option for you when choosing a course right now. That's because if you choose a course which would normally be face-to-face but is currently online due to COVID-19 and are planning to study a 3 or 4 year undergraduate course, it's likely that at some point that course would move back to having some face-to-face elements. So, as a lot of courses are currently running online, what does online teaching actually look like? Well, at Birkbeck, we use a flipped classroom model, but what does this actually mean? So if you were previously studying with us on campus, you'd find that your course was probably a mixture of face-to-face lectures, seminars with other students, and assignments. At the lectures, you'd normally come into a lecture room and you might sit there for an hour or two, listening to the academic talk about a certain topic, often using a PowerPoint. In the seminars, you'd be expected to reflect with other students on what you'd learned in things like the lectures and from any reading, and to discuss topics that were set by the tutor. You'd also find that you were set assignments, which might be things like essays, presentations, or lab experiments, and the aim of these would be to reflect on what you've learned and show what you've learned. The flipped classroom model changes this around. So rather than going along to a live session and hearing an academic talk for 1 or 2 hours, you're sent a video or reading to do before coming along to a live workshop or seminar with other students. In this live workshop, you would be able to ask questions and interact with other students, get involved in interactive activities, and discuss the video or the reading or any activities that you've been set before coming along. You would then be set assignments to do after the workshop, based on what you've learned in both the pre-recorded videos or reading and the live workshop. The aim of these assignments would be to reflect on what you've learned and show what you've learned. When people talk about this way of teaching, they often use 2 words, asynchronous and synchronous. Asynchronous refers to anything that you can do in your own time. So it basically means reading, assignments, or things like watching pre-recorded videos, which you can do at any time. Synchronous refers to the live sessions where you come together with other students and the academic to discuss, talk, or ask questions. I hope that this video has helped you to visualize a little bit more about what a degree looks like at the moment being taught online, and also to begin thinking about what type of teaching would best suit you, blended face-to-face or completely online in a distance way. If you want to find out more about online learning, check out some of our other videos on what different softwares we use for online teaching and what resources you need to learn online.